Welcome to the A&R NASCAR Cup Series Season number 3. We are here at the beautiful Texas Motor Speedway here in the Lone Star State for some qualifying. Here comes Kevin Harvick making an entrance here at Texas Motor Speedway in his Mobile 1 scheme. Here he comes. Here he is. Mobile 1 will be on the hood for Kevin Harvick today. So I guess we'll just hop right to qualifying. Our starting gate is on. And Kurt Busch is about to take the track. Off to you, Anthony.
Our first qualifier is Kurt Busch in his number 1 Monster Energy. Let's see how well he does here at Texas in 3, 2, 1. Really slow out the gate, and he doesn't even trigger the sensor. How unfortunate.
Next driver is Brad Keselowski, having a consistent season so far in his 3rd year with Team Penske. 3, 2, 1. A 3:55 for Brad Keselowski.
Next up, we have Austin Dillon and his number 3 Dow. Let's see how well he does in 3, 2, 1, go. Cross the line with a 3:43. Also, Bubba's trailer is here, and it looks like his trailer is going to eat the cars as they go past.
And next we have the last race's winner at Martinsville, Kevin Harvick, in quite a different paint scheme, as I already mentioned, from a green, red, and white to a black, red, and blue paint scheme. In 3, 2, 1. A 3:64 to the top of the charts goes Kevin Harvick.
Next up is Ryan Newman, aka Rocket Man. Let's hope he doesn't end up on his roof again. In 3, 2, 1. A 3:53 for Ryan Newman.
Next we have Daniel Hemrick in the 8 with Bass Pro Shops as his sponsor, as Bass Pro Shops is sponsoring 2 different drivers this year, Hemrick and Truex. 3:30. Not as good of a time for Daniel Hemrick, but not as poor as Kurt Busch.
Next up is Chase Elliott in his number 9 Hooters car in 3, 2, 1. Let's slow off the line, a 3:51. He had slow acceleration, but a high top speed.
Next up is the points leader, Aric Almirola, still winless. Hasn't won a race since Watkins Glen of Season 1, so a drought for Aric Almirola. Let's see if he can get it done at Texas next week. But first he has to qualify a time. 3:51 for Aric Almirola.
Aric Almirola got the exact same time as Chase Elliott. Next up, we have Denny Hamlin, the number 11 FedEx, in 3, 2, 1, go. A 3:06, not very fast.
Next, we have Ryan Blaney in his PPG paint scheme. 3:60, not quite to Kevin Harvick, but he jumps to 2nd.
And now for Ty Dillon as number 13 Geico in 3, 2, 1. A 3:48 for him.
Next, we have Clint Bowyer in his Rush Truck Center's paint scheme. 3:59, a good speed for the 14 car. The Stewart-Haas cars are doing well today. Kevin Harvick leading, Clint Bowyer up there in the top 5, as well as Aric Almirola had a good speed, so all we have left is to see what Daniel Suarez will clock.
Next up, we have Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the number 17 Fifth Third Bank car in 3, 2, 1, go. A 3:58. I believe that'll put him in 4th place.
Now we have Kyle Busch, a huge surprise from this year. The previous 2 seasons, he didn't even make the playoffs. Now he's sitting 4th in points. Let's see what he can clock here at Texas. 3:57. Some good speeds here, back to back to back. Let's see if Martin Truex Jr. can get a 3:56. Then we'll go 1 mile per hour lower for the last 4 drivers.
Martin Truex Jr., the number 19 auto owners. A 368. I think that'll just put him in first place.
Yep. So Martin Truex Jr. knocks Kevin Harvick off the pole position. So that blue auto owner's car looking strong. Let's see what he can do next week at the race. On to Eric Jones. Next we have Eric Jones in the DeWalt car. 356. Had Martin Truex Jr. gotten that time, he would have had 4 in a row. But he just decided to go for the pole instead. But Joe Gibbs Racing looking probably even stronger than SHR.
Next up, we have Paul Menard in the number 21 Ford Motorcraft. A 345.
Next we have Joey Logano in the AAA insurance car, the second time running this paint scheme. 366. That'll put him in second place, right behind Martin Truex Jr. He goes to second. Kevin Harvick drops to third.
Next up, we have William Byron in the number 24 Exalta. A 354.
Next we have Daniel Suarez. Can he be the final SHR driver to have a good run? He's sitting last in the point standings right now, which is not like Daniel Suarez, and this is the only year in the contract signed by Daniel Suarez and SHR that he's in there. So if he wants to come back to SHR next year, he'll have to make a good impression. Let's see if he can make a good impression in his qualifying time here at Texas. 353. Not good, but not bad.
Our next driver is the reigning winner of Texas last year. This is Kyle Larson in the number 42 Credit One Bank. And as maintenance fixes the billboard, we can get on racing. A 353, same as Daniel Suarez.
Next we have Bubba Wallace in the 43, who has one career win to his name. That came at Pocono last year. 330. Oh, not as good of a time for the driver of the number 43.
And next up we have Jimmy Johnson, which is pretty eager to get racing, but we'll just push him back to the gate. Jimmy Johnson and his number 48 ally, the Juggernaut Johnson. A 362, that's pretty good speed.
That puts Johnson in fourth, I believe, right behind Kevin Harvick, but now we have his teammate Alex Bowman in the Valvoline car for the same speed, 362.
And now backstage is doing the numbers. They're crunching the numbers to see who has the better position. Also, you can slightly see my face in the reflection. Hello. But we'll get back to you here at Texas Motor Speedway. And we are back from crunching the numbers. In last place is Kurt Busch. That's a big surprise. He has the Monster Energy car. Is not very fast, we have determined. Going up the line.
Ty Dillon has a poor qualifying spot, so not very impressive for him. He's usually up in the top 5, but not today, so we'll see if he can work his way back up. The points leader also didn't have a good qualifying day. And there's his teammate right beside him. And then we have the reigning race winner right kind of in the middle. So we'll see if we can improve. Joe Gibbs Racing did a very fine job, except for Denny Hamlin, as you have Eric Jones and Kyle Busch right together here in the top 10, as well as Martin Truex Jr. on the pole. Joey Logano second, Kevin Harvick third, and then you have a couple of Hendrick Motorsports Chevys in the top 5. So we'll see if Jimmy Johnson can finally break out and get his first win since Fontana of Season 1 and lock himself into the playoffs.
And rounding out the top 10, we have Blaney, Clint Boyer, Ricky Stenhouse, Kyle Busch, and Eric Jones will round out the top 10. Penske made it to the top 11 with Keselowski, Blaney, and Logano. Logano being the runner-up.
That's it from Texas Motor Speedway. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you guys next week for racing in the Lone Star State.